Hi, YouTube. How are you? I'm doing pretty good, not bad. This isn't gonna be a rant, but this is like, I've been running across so many people that want to teach. That's a wonderful thing, but their depth of understanding of things for other people. I'll just go through a few scenarios of stuff I ran, at least a couple. But I mean, here was somebody that was teaching what the scriptures were, and it said, okay, this was changed into this, and then this was changed into that, and this was just opposed, like they switched places with these two um items or people or whatever it was that time. So all these like 6 different changes, and then we're gonna get to what the meaning is. No, you go from the original, not what all has been changed. And how can you ignore the changes and not go into depth what those words were and everything? All it's very important. It's like, okay, this is how easily somebody can be deceived through maybe a well-meaning person. Um, if they don't know geography, history, and language, and the migration and mutation of those things, like when they did resurface Hebrew in the 1200s to coin terms, all it's really important. Um, I documented, there's documentation out of their own words, all this that has happened. I got a video about the Hebrew language and how it was the creation of what it is now in the scriptures to coin terms and that type of thing. This is important. A change is a change, period. But people are just somehow they omit the changes and carry on with what the institute's trying to push on people. And it's all about money, your money in their pockets, you know. Okay, this is how easy the grapevine can get a hold of misinformation and run with it forever. In 100 years, their kids will be saying the same thing. Okay, I've been a chef. I've been a, rather, I went to chef school. I've cooked all my life. I've cooked for a living too, but I mean, um, and I've grown things. I've been a farmer, so when I hear somebody say that a mustard seed, and you know what a poppy seed is, and a mustard seed is smaller. 100 years from now, you're going to hear somebody say that. The fact is, a mustard seed, like you put in bread and butter, pickles, and um, different things that you would use the actual seeds in cooking, and poppy seeds that you might put on rolls or buns. And I've worked in bakeries, and I can definitively, and I've grown things. I know seeds. I'm really into horticulture and cooking, and the poppy seed is much smaller, 10 times smaller than a mustard seed, just for the record. So 100 years from now, if somebody heard what this person had said and they're just going to run with it, I mean, it's easy to say something and not correct your mistake, but when you don't know what you're talking about, it is misinformation. And like I say, maybe not intentionally, but out of ignorance, like even saying the Greek speaking Hebrews that lived in Crete and were actually speaking and writing in Greek, yet they were Jews, you know? These all these connections are very important. Oh, and for that person that is a bodybuilder and he says he's old and he used to do it. He also said bodybuilders, we all, he said, do the chemicals or hormone thing, you know, steroids. No, not all bodybuilders take steroids. Some of us are like me, 66, gonna be 67 in February, been a bodybuilder all my life, weight bearing, concentrating on still keeping lean and not too bulky, you know? Anyway, there's another bodybuilder on YouTube. Ooh, this now, 57, Sean Baker, MD. Ooh, ooh. Yeah, there he is. There's another one, no steroids. He right now is a world championship rowing master. Yay. Yeah, some of us, when we get a little. Ever heard of senior bodybuilding? My aspirations, even as a young mother, because I wasn't supposed to have kids, but long story, my body was not supposed to be able to have a child. I have two sons. So, still, I didn't get fat when I was pregnant. I lost weight with the first one, and I was active. That, but anyway, and I was healthy and strong, but, just your, anyway, um, senior bodybuilding used to be one of my aspirations, even when I was a little kid, when I first started lifting weights at 9. And, anyway, back to the point, uh, yeah, not all people that are very strong, um, have to look all steroided out, you know, and can still bear weight and have endurance. But mostly, I'm a martial artist, so I'm not going to worry about just my appearances. Although, yeah, I like looking lean, but yeah, I'm not just there for show. I'm show and tell. I'm not, no, I'm not just show and tell. Yeah. I'm F around and find out. That's who I am. So anyway. Yeah, you're not too old to go and do it. Come on, kid. You're too old. Go do senior championships. Why not? Shit, they're 70, 80 years old out there. Why not? Why stop now? You're not dead yet, Go for it. What's stopping you? You know? It's just like, okay, I showed you the shoulder and the arm that I had broke. I actually had to catch Doug. I saved him from falling out of a tree with his chainsaw. Yeah, fucked my shoulder and my arm up. This was about, I think it's going on about 8 years ago now. So to be able to do like I did my push-ups and worked on my legs and stuff today, and to be able to even do push-ups, what I was thinking today, what is living a blessed life, Yeah, being strong is. I had somebody come on here and tell me to stop smoking, and then one of their other comments was that nobody likes them. Well, somebody might like you if your attitude wasn't like that. Come into another person's home, stop smoking. I put, well, then, make me. Just short and sweet, to the point, you know? So, yeah, clown. And it had a clown avatar too, so clown face, bozo, you know. Do I know you? I might. It's like, a Teresa left a comment. Could be my sister, but I thought she had a different one of my sisters. Yeah, but it could be her. I don't know. She didn't say. I don't think it was because the last time, it was about a week ago, my oldest sister left a note that she watches me occasionally. Not everyone, but which is nice to know. And I know one of my little sisters does too, maybe a couple of them. So, yeah, it's nice. They live in Texas, so, and I'm in Minnesota, so we're, you know, not neighbors, you know. Yeah, if you used to build yourself, don't stop now. Don't even if you stop, at least do some toe touchers or something, because like people that stop, even if you used to be, I saw very fit people retire and rest. And luckily for one person I knew started working out again when he was about, I think he was about 50. But he sat, man, he was, phew, he got big, big, big. It not in a good way. And then had to work really hard to get back to, feeling halfway decent, you know. So, yeah, don't stop. Don't stop completely. I mean, I don't work out like I used to. It's not necessary, but because I was just too damn busy anyway. I had to keep strong. I ran a drywall business, so, and I worked for the school at the same time. So I was getting my physical activity every day, without a doubt. you know, Usually I am. I'm pretty active. You know, like I say, not like I used to, but yeah, gotta pace yourself when you do get a little older, but gotta keep it so you have it when you need it. Shit, I'll arm wrestle any man. I don't care how big your biceps you think they are, or your forearms, or whatever, at all. I don't care. As long as it's fair. You got these jokers that take their arm off the table and all their shenanigans. It's like, yeah, whatever. you know, they found out big doesn't necessarily mean strong, you know. And I'm serious. You're looking at somebody that pulls around a 400-pound wood stove by herself, and more. I could tell you about a lot of things that I can physically do, but that doesn't matter. I'm just telling you, don't let it go. You're not dead. Shit, who knows? Maybe I'll be 80 out there, um, building championship. Who knows? In the senior class. I'm not dead yet either. I have a lot of things I want to do. One thing I want to do is go on the Canadian Rail Line, Amtrak from It would be Manitoba, right up above Minnesota here, up to Vancouver. I would love to take that on the train and get like a sleeper car and just make it a vacation and stay up there for a couple weeks maybe, or a week, or you know, that'd be beautiful. That's some beautiful country up there. And I haven't seen it. Well, I mean, I have along Canada, but not going up into the Northwest Territory, you know. So that would be cool. I've been up and down all over the United States and Canada, Mexico, but I'd really love to take that trip. I used to want to go to Alaska and Hawaii. I haven't been, but not so much anymore. Now I'm thinking I really wouldn't mind going to the Bahamas or somewhere in the Caribbean. You know, I like the music, the water. It'd all be awesome. Maybe. Never know. But, which reminds me, did you know the Federal Reserve, the actual physical Federal Reserve, was moved down to Puerto Rico? Yeah. Which is, we basically own it. It's not a state, but it is a part of the United States. So, but that's a little odd, isn't it? That they can deal with gold or cash in another continent. you know, yeah. So anyway, once again, saw people using somebody's name, clickbait. You know, that's, I don't know. I could do that too, but I'm not going to. No, if I'm have a name on any of my videos about another channel, I'm either sharing them, shouting them out, or totally had enough of their shit and I'm calling them out with proof, you know. And I've got proof of everything I just spoke about, like the changes in the languages and the dates they were changed and the calendars that were changed for this is for me and that one's for ye type of thing. It's like, okay, promote your slave master. I don't care. Have fun doing it too, you know. I'm sick of arguing with people that are controlled by the agenda driven bullshit. And that's all there is to it. I'll just be there in the background with my energies and forethought and insight, conducting things to help the real truthers that protect other people on this planet. And that's where my energies will go. I won't be baited by energy vampires and people playing games and trying to make money and a name for themselves, you know, for whatever reason. And that's really more valuable to have that on your side, the truth, and the people fighting for that truth. So yeah, when we don't dig deep enough into even definitions of words and where they derive from and that type of thing, um, it's like the difference between eternity. I mean, you could wake up every day and smack your thumb for an eternity. That doesn't describe if you're in the same body or what. That's just metaphorically speaking, eternity. Or the difference between being immortal or having eternity as a life. Those are differences, you know. It's like I wrote yesterday. Jesus says he wants to have his family with him on this earth because his kingdom isn't of this world, but he's going to straighten things up for 1,000 years, and he wants you to help him do that. You're going to rule with him for 1,000 years on this planet, unless we're already in that phase, you know. Well, anyway, I'm one of them believers that there will be a new book written of more factual, um, acceptable things for people that are actually scriptural, and that everything that has been written has already been witnessed, um, aside from the great judgment day. But everything else, we're in some great turmoil. It's not the greatest day yet, but you can talk to Jason from Archaics about what day that's going to be. That the elite know because they changed the calendars to keep that away from you. It's true. Yeah. I don't know how anybody else feels about ignoring changes in things, but it doesn't sit right with me. If I wrote a letter to somebody I cared about, and in between there and there it got intercepted and rewritten from what its original meaning was, and the person who got it then called me and said, I didn't hate you. What are you talking about? You know, that would be a pretty big deal. And that's the same equivalence of what I'm talking about. How badly things were changed, left out, kept from us, and added to. Just because it says not to change one dot or tittle, they did a lot more than that. Talk about sorcerers in there. They talk about using demons for energy and all of the magical aspects of structured religion, and people just ignore it. They're like, skippity doo dah day, just going along with, oh, nothing wrong. You know, we're having magic performed on us, and we just think it's fun and games, same as usual, you know. I don't take kindly to it. I was raised by the Dark Cabal. I found out what they were doing and went to war. I got myself emancipated when I was 17. I started at 15. I started running away at 5. At 12, when I definitely found out what was going on and how they use people and trick people, I had a big war on my hands. And I'm still at war against the whole thing. I don't take kindly to people trying to mess with me in any way, and it isn't free. And that's all I'm going to say. If anything happens to people that do that, that's on them. That's their problem. I used to try and protect people. I'd warn them exactly what was going to happen to them. Not anymore. Not even close. Now I might start just baiting up People, oh yeah, you like this misinformation? Do you want me to give you some? That'd be a terrible thing because I have a very great imagination. I can really change your world for the good or for the bad, literally. But you probably don't believe that. Probably don't believe I live with Satan either, but I do. The head of the dark cabal. Can't beat 'em, join 'em? Nah, couldn't get away from 'em, hunted 'em down. That's what that's called. Yeah, it's a war. It definitely is. But better to have your enemies close than your friends closer. Yeah. We do have an understanding. It's called you don't hurt me, I won't hurt you. But you are going to be hurt for hurting the people that I love out in this world. That type of thing, you know. So it's understood. And yeah, things are done to me, but not for free. I retaliate. I never used to, but now I'm blatantly right out front telling people, you do something to me, expect more of the same. Worse, because then you have the dark force energy mixed in there too, not conducted from me, but sent back to you. That's all it is. I might put a little imagination twist in there, but yeah, not yet. It's not my day, not quite yet. We're getting there. We're getting close, people. Yeah, we are. Speaking of close people, I hope some of you that are new here, we can have a friendship, you know. Doug said somebody was thinking about getting me some shoes. I'm like, well, it's really hard for me to find shoes. Just get me some candy and I'll eat it all, and then I won't need any shoes, you know. No. I eat candy, but I watch myself. I fast every day. I eat once a day, and if I have too much sweets, then I cut back. But I went like 20 years with no sugar at all. I wouldn't even let my kids have it, you know. I found other ways to bake and do things in life that didn't incorporate processed bullshit, you know, and they're very strong. They were very strong. So, anyway, got a picture of one of my middle granddaughters is probably going to be taller than me. I'm 5'9 1/4". My legs are 36 inches long. She looks to be like her legs are about that long now. And I saw her in her ROTC um, uniform. She's a little Air Force cadet, you know. Anyway, yeah, that girl's been through some hell. She's still an honor student. She's plays musical instrument. Oh, that's what I was going to tell you. I do play quite a few instruments. I used to sit in my room and play. I had an organ in there. Um, but I could go over to my grandpa's house next door, and in his basement, he had it all restored for me. He had what was called a pump organ, if you know what those are. Um, you pump the pedals and get the pressure up, and it has valves for different notes, and uh it was so, I mean, you could play like spooky music on it, you know. So yeah, loved it. And then I would go when I was cleaning the church I grew up in. They had three pianos and an organ in there, and I would play them all. So I'm not really good, not a great pianist, but I sort of know. I play my flute, I play the drums, I play harmonica, guitar, few other things, you know. All percussion stuff, big time. But yeah, I got the music in me, you know. Yeah, Doug's a musician too. Plays trombone, piano. That's about it. But yeah. Well, I'm gonna get this uploaded. I just wanted to touch on that mustard thing. Um, Mustard seed. So matter of fact, a poppy seed, and the mustard seed's much smaller. No, I'm sorry, young man. Yeah, go join your senior championships, Go kick ass. Be an old person kicking ass. Nothing wrong with that. Don't ever give up, you know? None of y'all. Stay strong, my friends. Peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota, USA. Have a good night or day, wherever you're at.